It is time now for part 2 of our Chilean crime ring coverage, though I do think it deserves much more than that. I feel like I could launch a Netflix doc on this topic. I could call it Netflix and Chilean crime ring. We're still workshopping it. We did look at some of the crimes that these groups are connected to in the triangle, like a jewelry store at Rocky Mount where they cut through the wall and vanished with $800,000 worth of stuff. The North Raleigh mansion and more than 20 other homes that got hit. One family losing more than $1 million in jewelry and high-end items. And the fact that these groups have been targeting homes in wealthy neighborhoods for years, coast to coast, using high-tech surveillance and sophisticated tactics, like ghillie suits to hide in the bushes, surveillance cameras that look like shrubbery, and Wi-Fi jammers to knock out your surveillance cameras, even taking down some alarm systems. So what can we do? How can we protect ourselves? You know, those Wi-Fi jammers are a biggie. A lot of times, knocking out the internet and the Wi-Fi means knocking out the security system as a whole. You could, for instance, hardwire your whole house, but that's very expensive. Or you could take the advice of this security expert who talked to a TV station in LA.
They could bring a jammer outside of the house, and now it makes it a little bit challenging for them to actually interfere with the signal if it's toward the center of your home.
A router in the middle of my house? First of all, my interior designer would gasp. Second of all, you know how big your house would have to be? I mean, grab your phone, take it out right now. Look at the Wi-Fi networks available around you. Do you see all of your neighbors and the ones down from that? If your Wi-Fi can reach your front yard, then someone in your front yard can reach your Wi-Fi. Meaning that the bad news is, outside of, I don't know, Fort Knoxing your home, nothing is really foolproof. And these Chilean crime rings have proved that time and time again. So let's zoom out a bit, like all the way out to a global scale. You see, many of these burglars are entering the country legally using a special visa.
A break-in here, a smash and grab there. A wave of home burglaries has homeowners on edge across the valley.
What we're getting is hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, coming in through the visa waiver program that are committing residential burglaries in dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of cities and neighborhoods around the country.
It's called the ESTA program. It's a visa waiver that gives tourists up to 90 days in the U.S. And I must say, it is a very special privilege. Not every country is on this list. Of the world's 195 recognized nations, there are only 41 eligible for ESTA. Japan's been VIP since 1989. Liechtenstein joined the club in 1991. And Chile got past the velvet rope in 2014. But this is where it gets a little weird. You see, when you apply for a visa, they do a background check on you. But apparently, Chile wasn't playing by the rules. And last summer, then Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy called them out on it.
Chile is a little different than some of the others. They don't allow us to look at the criminal background when they're in Chile.
See how that can be a bit of a problem? He actually called Homeland Security to restrict travel from the country, and Chile responded almost immediately. Here's a story from just a week later after he said that in Reuters. The foreign ministry was quoted as saying, "We have given assurance, DHS, that the criminal records will be shared in order to prevent criminal tourism." They signed this agreement called the Implementing Arrangement for Preventing and Combating Serious Crime. But it begs the question, has implementing that arrangement actually helped to prevent and combat serious crime? A district attorney in Southern California doesn't think so. And he wants to know what this agreement has actually done. But DHS won't show the data, so he sued for it. That lawsuit is still waiting for its day in court, which could be as early as October. Meantime, though, as just a few months ago, California Representative Young Kim says nothing's changed.
Chilean government has to vet every single passenger that gets on the plane, but they're not doing it.
It's frustrating. It is. It's like we're in this holding pattern. We're stuck, powerless bystanders to the paperwork and international bureaucracy in front of us. But don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. I'm all about solution journalism. So with that, I'd like you to meet Bailey. Look at this towering figure here. Do you notice how she's standing, kind of flexing on you? That's what they call a power move. You see, one of the best deterrents for burglars is a dog. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, homes with dogs are less likely to be burglarized than those without. And Bailey just so happens to need a home to protect. She's one of many dogs at the Moore County Animal Shelter right now, where they are recently at capacity and waiving adoption fees because of it, including Frank Sinatra. He's still growing, just a pup. Give him time. He'll be scary here any moment now. But again, if you're trying to stop some, I don't know, Danny Ocean level theft, what better way than to do it with old Blue Eyes? Let me know what you think. Send me an email at dan@wral.com. Tell me what's on your mind, and we'll go in depth.